Fox News has finally admitted it. They lie for ratings. They lie about Trump. They lie about MAGA. They lied about the 2020 election, which cost them $750 million. And they lied about January the 6th.
My next guest says to combat Antifa is to combat political violence.
So when Sean Hannity interviewed Dan Bongino last week, it's fair to say that Sean was left stunned by the right-wing podcaster and Fox News bullshit artist and currently the deputy FBI director. Bongino did something he rarely ever did while on Fox News. He told the truth. Bongino's interview last Thursday with Hannity centered around the arrest of the suspect in the January 6th pipe bombing case.
Old friend of the program, Dan Bongino's back. Dan, great to have you. Thank you for taking time. We appreciate it. Okay, I think one of the big takeaways from today is you did not find any new evidence. It was all there, had been there for the longest period of time. The only difference between you and Director Wray and the Biden DOJ is they did not prioritize it. Why? And I know it wasn't easy to solve, but you did it in 8 months.
Now, this interview was just before we discovered that the suspect was a Trumper who believed the 2020 election was stolen, and that's why he planted the bomb in front of the DNC and not the RNC. But in this interview, Bongino revealed something astonishing about his past life as a MAGA radio host and Fox personality. Bongino was one of the most vocal backers of a claim that the Biden government planted the pipe bomb to make President Donald Trump look bad. There was no evidence. There was nothing but bullshit.
The person who planted that bomb was definitely an insider. It was not an anti-Trump person. It was someone planting a bomb to create a narrative that crazy MAGA people are trying to assassinate Kamala Harris.
So Hannity asked Bongino about these claims during the interview, and Bongino's answer was, well, eye-opening.
But I don't want to, listen, I was paid in the past, Sean, for my opinions. That's clear. And one day I'll be back in that space. But
that crazy MAGA people.
That's not what I'm paid for now. I'm paid to be your deputy director.
That crazy MAGA people.
And we base investigations on facts. And, it was interesting. I was looking out in the crowd today at the presser, and I saw a couple of media figures who you and I both know who promoted the other scandal, the collusion hoax. And I thought to myself, the difference between us and them is, we evolve. As information and new inputs come out, we can produce different outputs because that's what we believe in. We believe in facts and investigations guided by facts.
The problem here is Bongino can't seem to differentiate between an opinion based on facts and observation and what Fox does so routinely, either outright lie or allow others to lie for them.
It was someone planting a bomb to create a narrative that crazy MAGA people are trying to assassinate Kamala Harris.
Bongino was telling his audience that a claim that the bombing was an inside job was a fact, and it was not only the truth, but also based on real circumstantial evidence. But it wasn't. And this is the frightening part. This prick is now the deputy director of the FBI, and this is his boss.
I'd shut down the FBI Hoover building on day one and reopening the next day as a museum of the deep state.
Just this week, Patel and Bondi said they're compiling a list of people they view as subversives. Seriously, this is what they've wanted to do all along.
We're going to come after the people in the media who lied about American citizens, who helped Joe Biden rig presidential elections. We're going to come after you. Whether it's criminally or civilly, we'll figure that out. But yeah, we're putting you all on notice.
And of course, they said it all on Fox News.
We did not discover any new information.
But now we know the truth. This 30-year-old man placed the bombs there because he supported Trump. The facts are this suspect in the bombings listened to Fox and believed the lies they perpetuated over the last decade about Trump and MAGA. And those lies resulted not only in January the 6th, but these pipe bombs, which might have killed dozens of people. The lies leading up to January 6th and then immediately after are not only outrageous, but fucking indescribably weak and pathetic. Here's Sidney Powell on Fox describing how the 2020 election was stolen.
President Trump won this election in a landslide. It's going to be irrefutable.
Remember former Trump lawyer Sidney Powell? Well, she's back in the news.
Dominion operators went in and injected votes and changed the whole system. They run a computer algorithm on it as needed to either flip votes, take votes out, or alter the votes to make a candidate win. It has been used all over the world to defy the will of people who wanted freedom. There is statistical evidence. There is all kinds of mathematical evidence, essentially forensic evidence. Dominion and its minions and other state officials everywhere are apparently out there trying to destroy everything they can get to before we can seize it. They had this all planned, Maria.
That interview was one of a few that cost Fox News over $700 million in a fine to the owners of these voting machines.
Fox News may have settled one lawsuit for over $700 million, but the news giant still faces another that could be even bigger. A $2.7 billion defamation suit was filed by Smartmatic, which, like its rival Dominion, produces voting machines. And like Dominion, the company is also suing Fox over false claims made on the network about machines changing votes to rig the 2020 election. Smartmatic says not only are the claims false, they're impossible because their machines were used in only one county in the U.S. To actually win, Smartmatic must prove that not only did the network and anchors named in the suit spread false information, but they did so knowingly and with malice.
They had this all planned, Maria.
No party has a monopoly on bullshit, but Trump has a coarse habit of happily admitting to lying. Here's one of the last times Trump appeared on CNN.
It was not a rigged election. It was not a stolen election. You and your supporters lost more than 60 court cases on the election. It's been nearly 2.5 years. Can you publicly acknowledge that you did lose the 2020 election?
Let me just go on. If you look at True the Vote, they found millions of votes on camera, on government cameras, where they were stuffing ballot boxes.
What you just said there, Republican officials debunked those claims about fraudulent ballots. We want to give you a chance tonight.
Who?
Republican officials in Georgia and every single state. There is no your own election officials, Mr. President. So we wanted to give you a chance.
People were afraid to take on the issue. All you have to do is take a look at government cameras. You'll see them. People going to 28 different voting booths to vote, to put in 7 ballots apiece.
But Mr. President,
and they're all
I have
on
to stop you there because there is no evidence of that. Your own election officials testified to that and have said that Republicans in these states did this. In Georgia, there were multiple recounts, including a hand recount.
Now, granted, there have been Fox hosts who pushed back against Trump, but they didn't last long.
Well, first of all, Mr. President, we don't work for you. I don't work for you. My job is to cover you, not fawn over you or rip you.
The Donald Trump thing in the market amazes me. When they're up, it's all because of him and looking forward to him. When they're down, it's all because the Democrats and how horrific they are. Yet some of our biggest point fall-offs, 3 of the biggest of the top 10, occurred during his administration.
But Dan Bongino was one of those guys who thinks he's strong. For a while, it looked like he might have the balls to stand up to Trump and for the Epstein victims, but he backed down. And now he's playing the same old role, still saying that Antifa and Black Lives Matters were there on January the 6th and that Russia never assisted Trump.
I saw a couple of media figures who you and I both know who promoted the other scandal, the collusion hoax. And I thought to myself, the difference between us and them is, we evolve. As information and new inputs come out, we can produce different outputs because that's what we believe in. We believe in facts and investigations guided by facts.
But of course, it's all a lie, and the Russians were involved. If you don't believe me, well, ask these guys.
We need to stop these other foreign countries, and Russia's not the only one. There are others, from trying to influence the American people in our elections.
I accept our intelligence community's conclusion that Russia's meddling in the 2016 election took place.
Their assessment of 2016 is accurate. It's 100% accurate. The Russians interfered in our elections. Not only that, I believe they will do so again in the future.
Bongino's admission that he lied regularly as a host on Fox plays right into what's happening in this country today. When Trump lies about the economy,
economic success,
Fox ignores a tariff's effect on inflation, on farmers, on Americans, and they echo this flatulent fuckwhistle's claims because they're fearful of the junior MAGA Frankensteins they have created.
You know what? So what if he wants to grab pussy? I want to grab pussy.
What is unusual about Bongino's admission last week is that he made it on Fox News, where MAGA could hear it. And Bongino told Hannity that he hopes to get back on the air someday where he can lie with the same impunity that he enjoys today. Of course, when that day comes and he continues to lie, will the Fox audience even give a shit? I'm guessing not.
How do we fix this country? How do we come back together?
I'll tell you something that's going to get me in trouble, but I couldn't care less.
Hey, Trump, fuck you.
Things happen.
Go fuck yourself.
Goddamn right. They know how to get to me.
I don't want to talk about this stuff.
Am I wrong?
Yes.
TikTok.
You're in a lot of trouble, Donnie.
I think he's crazy.
I'm Chip Franklin.